Hey everybody, hope you guys doing all right. So yeah, this is a remember, man. Even this so-called death word is just a passing of energy. Like to me, that's the best that I can deduce from it. Is that literally energy or whatever you? I think it's like collections of pattern information that's put together in a particular way that's able to vibrate and continue to vibrate, perpetuate itself. Like that's all that that's the spark that creates the personality, the spirit, the being that goes into matter, the earth, and from that combination of spirit or energy and matter comes the human body. And then as we pass, based on where our spirit is, our energy is, our vibration, what we've done, and all that, because that all has an effect on our energy, all of that gets taken into account. And like when we pass, like there's a system that it goes to, like it hits a filter almost, which could be looked at as like the that could be seen as like the Anubis or the judgment, like to where your soul's weighed and based on where you came from, because I think that's a big point too, because you can't expect somebody who's grown up surrounded by filth and then like just evilness everywhere. I mean, somebody coming from that situation is going to have a much harder time finding kindness in their heart than somebody that grew up around a bunch of people that just loved everybody. It's going to be much easier for that person that loved everybody and grew around an environment where everybody loved everybody to love everybody than it is for somebody who grew up in an environment where everybody hated everybody. Does that make sense? So from that standpoint, if a person that grew up in an environment with nothing but hate found a way or learned how to grow into a place of nothing but love, that would be much more of a profound change than somebody that's just in a loving environment continued to love. Like there's much more movement involved in going from that opposite place to a new place or to the opposing place, the opposite place, as opposed to somebody that's just continuing on in the direction that they've already known. That's why, as fucked up as evil is, and it is a necessary part of life. Like it's needed in order for us to grow. That's why, like when you get deep into this stuff, one way that you can look at these people, it's hard because they hit you on a personal level, but it's all part of the game. Like they really are just another character on this giant chessboard or game board, whatever you want to call it, and they're playing a fucking particular role. Their role right now is to be that particular form of energy, to emanate that for us, like for themselves to learn how to do that. But it's also, and as they are learning how to do that, it's a force that we're having to deal with that's there for a specific reason to teach us how what happens when we do things a certain way. Essentially, we continue to fucking go after sin and chasing money. That has an effect, that has an eventuality, that has a result. If we turn and let love guide us, that has a result, that has a trajectory, that has its own effects that are in alignment with love, just like the sinful one does. So these people of pain, like they are that force, and yes, they will do what they have to lure us in, to tempt us, because that's how you grow in the cosmos. You can't grow without the resistance. There needs to be some type of a force against you, challenging you in order for you to grow. Just running through the, I mean, if there was no force from the friction of your muscles and all that shit moving through the atmosphere, then, I mean, there would be nothing for, there'd be nothing for your muscles to grow from, to change, to tear and to grow and to learn and to mold into something new that's specifically molded to deal with that situation, because the movements that were involved in that situation molded the muscle in a particular way to be able to move in that particular way. Does that make sense? So what I really wanted to just come on here and say real quick was just for JD and anybody, man. Like, as I've said, this walk is not a faint one. Like I'm prepared to give my life for this cause, and if you're truly gonna fight against these people, you should have that same. You should have a similar belief. You should be prepared to deal with to put your life on the line, man. I mean, it's no fucking joke. And if you're not, then you should really question whether or not you want to be in this business, because these motherfuckers will kill you. That's their role. Again, see right there, I just got into the emotional because it gets personal, man. But they will, because that's their job. If you push things to a certain point in that way, they'll have to do what they got to do. But that in itself is also a test of your faith. And then again, that's where you got to get over the death as an illusion thing, and that's part of their job, is to perpetuate all the fear about it. And if you let that get to your mind, then you're going to be afraid. But that's where the word is here to guide us through moments like that. And as long as you keep that good love buzzing and flowing, then you good. And even if you do go, you're still going to go with that good inner chi. And that good inner chi is then going to help you and go with you as you move on to your next vessel or being or whatever it may be. That's how I feel. So, all right. I love you guys. I'll take care. Bye.